welcome back to my storytelling while drawing. I already promised you that I will make this video about another kind or another style of Kranok, which is a Thai motif. If you missed my first video about Kranok in Rattanakosin period, just go to my channel and check that out. But today I'm going to be drawing an early style of Kranok. I mentioned in the first video that the early style of Kranok is more curvy. It's not as in the perfect form. And today I'm going to be drawing Sukhothai period Kranok. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. If you want to draw along with me, just copy whatever I'm doing on the screen right now. As you see that the Rattanakosin period Kranok that I'm showing you on the screen, it's in a very, very obvious form of triangle. But what I'm drawing right now is more flexible, it's more flowy. It doesn't have to be in the exact form of a triangle, but still have that triangle vibes. Instead of doing the bark in Thai means notching, which is when you cut the Kranok on the edge to have a small curvy line to create more dimensions and white space. Sukhothai Kranok has a curvy roll outward like a peacock fern, just like what I'm showing in the screen right now. Okay, this is out of the topic, right? Peacock fern, it's really, really yummy when it can't be cooked into a spicy salad. We call it yam pak gut. So if you ever get a chance to come to Thailand, you order this one. It's very fresh and the fern is very crispy. Yeah, it's nothing about Kranok, but I just want to promoting my favorite salad dish. You still see that the Kranok still divided in three main parts, which is the first one and the second one and the third one, which is on the very top. But everything is not that straightly connected like the Kranok in Rattanakosin period. Everything seems to be freeform, everything seems to be flexible. I will leave the reference of this Kranok on the description below. This sketch of Sukhothai Kranok is by Professor Santi Leksukhum, who is a Thai historian. He is very famous. He wrote lots of books. He is specialized in Thai mural painting and Thai arts, basically. If you want to read more about this Kranok, please check out the Fine Art Department of Thailand website. It's in Thai though, but if you do not read Thai and have a question about this motif, or you want to know anything more about it, or if you want to know anything more about Thai art or even whales, which is not in this video, please leave the comment below and I'll do the video about it. I went to Sukhothai when I was an art student. There were a lot of art evidence on stucco pattern. There were some paintings, but not much left because, it was a long time ago and the painting has worn out. It was too long. My teacher told me the recipe about making a stucco back then. Do not try this at home because I didn't remember all of it. I returned all the knowledge after I left the school, which is really bad. Anyway, the stucco is a mixture between crushed shells, bones, rocks, and to make it sticky, they use gum and resin from trees and fat from animals, basically. Now, as I finish the sketch of Kranok, I'm gonna do the painting and I'm gonna use my watercolor, but it's not gonna be a traditional color palette because traditional color is supposed to be like something gold and red and stuff like that. I'm gonna do kind of not pastel, but something colorful and vibrant. Last time I did rainbow Kranok, which you can see on my previous video, but this time I'm gonna make it more purple and pink. So let's see how it's gonna go. Let's jump in a bit about history of Sukhothai. I have to say I'm not an expert in history, but, just to get the talk about this. In the present day, Sukhothai is a province in the north of Thailand. But in the past, it was the main kingdom that established in this area around 13th to 14th century. It's kind of like in the middle part of the northern region. It takes about 5 to 6 hour drive from Bangkok. I'm not going to dig in deep about history, but just so you get the glimpse of the story. Sukhothai means dawn of happiness, and there was a time that the kingdom was very peaceful. There was no war, so this is before the declining of the kingdom. So they produced and they did have time to develop art forms, architectures, irrigation system, languages, which is the first inscript of Thai language was produced here. So, when there is no war, they had time to create. So Sukhothai temples and pagoda have a very distinctive look that they stylized and developed to be their identity. Example, this lotus bud stupa, very famous Sukhothai style. And what we're drawing here is the Kranok motif of Sukhothai. And especially if you see the Buddha statue in Sukhothai period, you'll see that the face looks very calm, very peaceful, because there was no chaos, right? Well, until the time that they started to fall, when the kingdom of Ayuthaya rose. Well, you see on the map that Sukhothai is actually up north. Yes, it is connected by rivers, but not the sea. And Ayuthaya is lower, very close to Bangkok. Now you can drive to Ayuthaya from Bangkok. It's just taking like an hour. So it's much closer to the sea. So the trade in Ayuthaya was flourished. But Sukhothai didn't just automatically declined after Ayuthaya rose. You know, there was like the wars between them for like 10 years or I don't know how long. But yeah, they were fighting each other a bit. But Sukhothai couldn't really fight, and Ayuthaya became so rich because of the trade. Well, eventually Sukhothai became just a history. But a history that became a foundation of Thai arts nowadays, even though in Ayuthaya period they started to build their own identity and developed, art form changes all the time in the Sukhothai period, then Ayuthaya, Thonburi, and that's very short period, and then Rattanakosin, which is the present era. I went to Sukhothai twice when I was studying art. That was the first time, and the other time when I was passing by, and that time was during COVID. So the city was so quiet. I don't think it was quiet as usual, but because of the COVID time. And the main attraction is the Sukhothai Historical Park, where you can rent a bicycle and ride around. I recommend to rent a bike because walking would be too tired. It's very big, and don't go when the sun is above your head because it's really, really hot. So, which one do you like? The Sukhothai or Rattanakosin Kranok? This is my rainbow Kranok in the previous video, if you want to have a look. And you'll see that this one has very clear form of a triangle. Even it has a stopper right here, and the notching on the bark is just everywhere in the Kranok. While Sukhothai has more rolled out tip like a pickerfern. The form is more flexible also. So I'm gonna give you a closer look of this Rattanakosin Kranok, and this one again Sukhothai Kranok. What do you think? Next video I'll do the Kranok in Tavaravati period. And again, if you want to hear any story about art, cultures, whales, or even drones, which I haven't started any content about it, but yeah, I like drones and I fly drone as well. Leave the comment down below and I'll see you next time in the next video. I hope you enjoy watching the storytelling and drawing today. Thank you very much.